where I was facing like some of my toughest adversity. I couldn't leave. I was stuck in Chicago for almost a year while I was
Right.
fighting the case.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so for him to come down, it was like the expectations I felt like of me were high. So it's like I felt like I had to deliver. I was focused, man. When I came, I was like, I wouldn't say starstruck, but I was like just caught up in the moment. Like, man, I'm about to work with Zaytoven. I can't really deliver no bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a lot of pressure on me, especially the first time he came.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure on me the first time he came. But after I recorded the first song, the very first song I recorded with Zaytoven was My Bro Legend. That song is out
Okay.
now. And after I got that feel for him kind of coming into my world, because you know Zay is one of the pioneers for trap music.
Facts.
So
Facts.
him to come into my world and not force me to be a trap artist, but for him to make me as comfortable as possible with being myself, it was great. You don't really meet producers who like that, who challenge you to be the best you, not you be what they're used to.
Right.
And after I did my first song with him, we did like 3 or 4 songs the first night, and he came back to Chicago literally a week later, and from there we was just locked in. That's my big brother now.
Right. How does working with someone like him differ from like making a whole project like Swervo with Southside?
I wouldn't say it's too different. Something about Atlanta producers, it was not
Okay.
that much of a difference because they are actual producers. They don't just make beats, they help you produce a record.
Facts.
Southside, the first producer that I ever met that produced a record for me that said, do this way. Nah, I don't really like the first 4 bars. You should try to make your flow sound like this. And I don't feel disrespected about it or nothing. I love creative criticism. So
Right.
when I think working with Southside kind of made it easier for me to work with a Zaytoven. But
Okay.
the thing with Zaytoven, the only difference is he didn't help me lyrically. He just helped me with the sound of the beat, the rhythm, my flows, cadences, because he's right there hitting the keys right in front of me. And
That's
Southside
fire.
do the same thing. So Southside kind of like, I don't know, he cultivated me into an artist that could make a record, that could make an actual song, you know, from Rolling to Swervo. Like, that was all Southside. He influenced every bit of it. I just rapped on it because I know how to rap. I never was an artist that like made songs and was good with making hooks and
Right.
shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
everything just happened naturally. But I give that credit to both of them just with the sound that they created, with what they did with music. Like Southside and Zaytoven are both legendary
For sure.
pioneers when it
They
comes to
are.
our culture. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So everything that they give me, I just listen.
That's fine. You said you felt like pressure to do, like, to deliver. Do you like create your best records under pressure type shit?
Yeah, I do.
That's
I
fire.
feel like I create my best records under pressure because I rise to the challenge,
Right.
and I care about what people think of me, like in a positive way, not a negative. Like, I don't really care about the negative criticism, but
Right.
anything that's gonna be positive. So when people say, "Damn, Shorty work ethic is hard, Shorty grind is crazy," like, I want those kind of responses, especially out of people who I looked up to. For somebody like the Southside, the legend, that Southside will call me his favorite rapper. He called me the best fucking rapper, hands down. He say that
Right.
all the time. So for him
That's
to feel that way
crazy.
about me, I'm gonna always give 1,000% of my effort to anything that he want to create, because
Right.
you know those are the results that we get from it.
Definitely. Can you just talk? I mean, how does it feel to have friends in Foe? I know. I think I prepped a little bit ago, but it hit 1 million in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How does it feel to just see those numbers? You know, when you drop.
I don't really pay attention to the numbers, to be honest. I just try
Really?
to create good music. Yeah, I don't really like look at the numbers, videos, and what it do, what it shouldn't do, because I just try to keep my brand
Right.
growing. I just try to like
Elevating.
excel my brand as much as possible. I don't really like, as far as like Friends and Foes was supposed to be in the original intro to PTSD.
What?
Friends and Foes was gonna come out originally, and then I did the intro that came out. And I just
Right.
felt like that was more of a hip hop intro and a hip hop feel for
Okay.
what I was trying to do with the LP. Now, after I put that original intro out, Friends and Foes was more true to me, to G
Right.
Herbo, who I am as an artist and as a man. So I didn't want to really hit the world with that because a lot of people don't really know me. So I
Okay.
wanted to
Interesting.
draw them in, you know what I'm saying? And then I put Friends and Foes out as the second intro, and I think it worked out perfectly because I'm telling a story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I wasn't really thinking about the numbers and, oh, yeah, I need this to get X amount of million views in this amount of time, because I don't really look at my fans that way. A lot of my fans catch on late. Sometimes it takes me to do 2 or 3 interviews that resonate with my music, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
for people to really catch on. So I just try to create good content and make good music filled with substance. So whenever they do catch on, they fuck with it, you know?
Right. For what it's worth, man, whenever people ask me who I'm bumping, you're always on the list. Like this album, this shit is fire. It really resonates with
Appreciate
me.
it. Thanks, sis, man. Appreciate
For
it.
present folk, can you talk about just gassing through the entire record without a hook?
Yeah, that's how I learned how to rap. I ain't gonna lie, I always was that rapper that never knew how to record hooks. And I used to rap for 2 or 3 minutes. You know, Mick will tell you,
That's
Bibby will tell you.
crazy.
Like when I first started rapping with Bibby, he made all the hooks. So
Oh,
I just,
really?
yeah, he made every hook that we ever did when we first
What?
started rapping. Yeah, I never made
That's
hooks. I
why I
didn't know
didn't
how.
know that. That's fire.
I didn't know how. So, I don't know. It's just I was just being true to myself, telling my story. The first line is, "Where would I be without rap?" Nobody really knows, you know. And I wanted to give them an insight on my life and everything I went through. I got personal. I was talking about me and my best friend sharing
Right.
clothes and shit like that. So I felt like adding a hook would have just been for the greater of a record, actually trying to
Mm-hmm.
create a record that you want to go radio or you want to be
Right.
mainstream. I just be thinking about telling my story, man. I don't never think about going mainstream or I need a hit, I need a radio record. Whenever
Right.
a hook come about, it's just natural. When I think of things and I just create a hook with it, I never go in the studio like, I need this kind of song. I need a song with a hook. I need a club record. I never do that. I've never done it in my career. I
Right.
just try to make good music.
I just randomly thought of the hook to end this bitch.
Yeah.
Wait,
See,
when did
shit
the
like that,
whistle?
it was just fun. I was just having fun.
Yeah, you told me that last time. That's fire. I mean, that's one of your hardest records, I feel. But when did the whistle ad lib originate?
When I started working on Swervo,
Really?
yeah,
That
one of
shit's
my homies though that
fire.
I grew up with, man, one of my homies, and he actually artist under 150 Dream Team, and we're gonna be doing a lot of big shit this year in 2021 especially, but the
Mm-hmm.
fall for sure, fall of 2020. His name Hollow. He always had a whistle ad lib, and I loved it. It made his shit sound so fire. Like every time before he about to go crazy and say some raw ass shit, you heard that whistle. And I looked up to him when I was a kid. You know, he older than me.
Right.
So like I don't know, just like that whistle always did something to me. I knew he was about to go crazy when he hit the whistle. So I of
That
course
shit's
I just
fire.
ran with it. I ran with it. Of course I gave him his credit. Anytime anybody asked me where the whistle come from, I even said it on songs. Like I got the whistle from my boy Hollow.
That's fire.
And it's significant with me now. Like my fans know when they hit, they look forward to hearing the whistle in the song, you know. So
That shit's
on
fire.
certain parts and parts where I feel like I'm going crazy or I'm saying some hard shit or some bullshit, I throw the whistle in there.
Right. For sure. I mean, in Spam to Lamb, you say you were watching Yo MTV Jams. What was G Herbo like then? Like, who were you
Yeah, I used to
seeing that you
love
wanted
watching.
to?
I used to love watching videos. Like I remember when I had braids, I used to wear ponytails and have beads in my hair like Ludacris and shit. I always been like, I loved hip hop. I grew up on hip hop. I always thought Lil Wayne was the hardest rapper
Oh,
ever.
still
You
is.
know, so
What?
yeah, of course. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I'm a real child of hip hop. I grew up listening to Jadakiss. I grew up listening to Jay-Z. You know, my favorite Jadakiss song, one of my favorites to this date, is "Still Feel Me." That's how Feelings
Mm-hmm.
came about. So it's like, I don't know, man. I used
Fire.
to really watch Yo MTV Jams in the trap with my homies and them, and we trying to make a way selling weed and shit like that. And now I'm here. Now I'm actually one of these people on the countdowns when it comes to, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
BT and MTV jams and world premieres and shit like that. So I'm only saying that to give inspiration and motivation to my fans. Like I was once watching these same shits and now
Right.
I made a way. It was never a time where I'm like, I need to be a rapper, man. I need to make it and rap. You know what I'm saying? I found something to rap about. I found something that was true to me, that was important to me, and that was being a product of the streets and trying to use my voice and my platform as not even a way for the world. Like my homies lived through me, through my
Right.
music. Since I ever picked up a microphone, since I ever spit a bar, my niggas, my homies who I grew up with from 79th to Essex, they felt my music. You know what I'm saying? I made people cry to my music before I ever made a YouTube record. So that was enough for me
Damn.
to keep going. You know what I'm saying? People live through me with my music, and that's why I do it to this day.
That's super fire, man. We'll talk about. I know you have Dirk and Uzi on the Deluxe.
Yeah.
What was your decision to keep it to those two? Those are two very
Those
standout
my brothers.
features.
I wasn't like looking for features. To be honest,
Right.
I wanted PTSD to have the right features and tell the right story that was true to the message I was trying to get across. And both of them were on it, of course. But I think just recording and getting ready for the deluxe, I always wanted my fans to hear me because
Mm-hmm.
I thought so many projects I put out with no features on it. People used to tell me all the time, "Oh, why you don't have features? Do a song with this guy. Do a song with this guy."
Right.
And it was only just to hear two of their favorite rappers on the same song. They don't care if we got a genuine relationship or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
I always was the kind of artist where I would only work with artists that I had a genuine relationship with. And of course, those two are a few of the artists that I do have real relationships with. So I had those records already. I had those
Right.
two songs that I was gonna put on the deluxe, and it still made perfect sense to put them on. It was nothing forced. I don't like my music to feel forced or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So those two features made perfect sense. Deluxe was just a deluxe version of me, of PTSD, of the message I was
Right.
trying to get across. So I didn't even want to lean too much towards features, and the fans liked it. You know, I ain't really heard no bad criticism.
For sure. Who
Yeah.
was the female voice in high school? Was that a teacher of yours?
Yeah, that's my old she was the counselor, the school counselor and disciplinarian,
Damn.
Miss Jackson, man. And she used to love me. I used to love her. We had a great relationship, but I was one of those troubled kids. She didn't
Right.
know I was gonna be a celebrity. She didn't know I was gonna be rich. You know, I was just a knucklehead. I was smart, of course. I always got like okay grades in high school, good grades. Um
Right.
and I remember one time I got in trouble. I forgot what the fuck I did. I got in trouble for something in high school. Something serious though, like something real serious where I could have got expelled.
Right.
She was gonna kick me out the school. And she made me literally sit in the hallway like in military form with my knees squatted, my arms out, both
Shut
arms. She
up.
made me sit like that for like three periods. I was like that for like 2, 3 hours. She
That
told
is
me, if I come out my office and I see you doing anything but this, I'm gonna expel you. So like even shit like that, just for her to, give me chance after chance, and she would have
Right.
never did that for an artist that a student that she didn't want to, see
Yeah, yeah.
excel in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So I always had charisma. I was always like a nice kid, respectful, shit like that.
Did that resonate with you being disciplined like that? Were you like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I gotta.
I never. My mom was never like a crazy disciplinarian. My dad was always strict. My grandmother was alright when it came to discipline, but I was always smart. I did shit on my own. I went and learned and made mistakes on my own. So all the trouble that I ever got in, I was either the influencer or, you know what I'm saying, 100% with it. So with me getting in trouble and stuff like that, I just always try to do the next right thing. It was never
Right.
like nothing where I was being forced or influenced to get in trouble or nothing like that. So I always was able to make the next best decision for myself because it was something that I got myself in. So
Definitely.
I didn't really used to complain. I used to just be trying to like, I get in trouble. I could be the worst of the worst to the students and security and shit like that. But my teachers always loved me, so they always got me a long way, a far way.
Definitely. I mean, speaking of just your city, like I know you've been giving back too. What does that mean to be able to give back in the way that you do with the platform you do have?
It made everything to be able to give back because I'm a product of that. I'm a product of everything that my people are going through. I'm a product of struggle. I dropped out of school. I'm a product of gun violence. I've been arrested. You name it, I've been through
Right.
it. So for me to try to not even try, for me to be that resource in my neighborhood, I think my neighborhood and every poverty-stricken neighborhood all across the country, only thing we're missing is resources, and we're missing people to be front line that's going to say we need these resources and to be able to make the sacrifice to sometimes take from yourself to
Right.
give, and that's important to me. I always been the kind of person to do that. I always gave a helping hand, extended myself even before I was this big of an artist. You could just ask about me in the neighborhood that I come from. I've always been a helping hand to my people, to the people in need. So I always.
For sure. That's fire. Real quick before we get off, okay, one of my favorite lines ever. AR-15 make it blah da 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 like Mozzie. Can you talk about body count and getting on that record? I'm from the Bay, so Mozzie has a dear place in my heart.
Yeah, no, I've been a Mozzie fan since 2014, and
fire.
if you've been a Mozzie fan since 14, 15, you know exactly what blah da da is. You know what it represents. So that was a hard ass line for me. You know what I'm saying?
That was too hard. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, okay, it's over.
Yeah, that was a hard ass line. I grew up listening to Mozzie. My first time ever going to the Bay, I was fucking with my homie Maserati Rick. I was in SAC. And he put me on Mozzie because of course they know each other. So I was up on Mozzie. I was listening to it. The first song I ever heard was Blah Da Da. I went back to Chicago.
No way.
I played it. Yeah, first song I ever heard. I went and played it for my homies back in Chicago, and one day my homie picked me up in the car playing that shit on his own. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, after that we was just locked in. Like, I fuck with it, my homies fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That was that line. I wanted to do that so everybody who fuck with me and fuck with Mozzie, and even his homies gonna appreciate that line. You know what I'm saying? That's a nigga that I genuinely fuck with. I want to see him.
Me too. It's crazy because when I heard it, I'm like, how the fuck did he think of that? Like,
yeah.
That shit's fire.
I came up on Mozzie, so I ain't no newbie, man. So that's why I was able to say that.
That's a real one.
If you know Mozzie, you know exactly what Blah Da Da is.
Exactly.
All that.
That's fire. How's your son holding up?
He good, man. He great. He getting bigger, growing like a weed. After I get off this retreat, after I finish vacation, and I'm gonna go down, hang with him for a couple days. Father's Day coming up, so I can't wait. Every time.
What are you guys gonna do to celebrate?
Probably just gonna barbecue and play sports and shit like that. He just want to be rough. That's all he want to do when he hang with me. Just play and fight and be rough and be a kid. So I don't know. I just have fun seeing myself in him.
Definitely. Real quick, I just want to ask how you're holding up in the current state of the world. I know we're definitely all going through it. You being a very strong Black male, how are you dealing with the George Floyd situation? How are you holding up?
We just planning for what we gonna do for our community, and planning to be that source, and planning to be a safe haven for the kids, so this won't happen. To start with the youth.
Exactly.
I feel creating that system where these kids aren't having to go out and fend for themselves at such an early age. So when they make mistakes, you hold them accountable for them like adults. That's what I'm planning. That's what I'm planning to be that for Chicago, to bring direct change, immediate change by just, speaking our demands and saying this is what we need to do for ourselves, and all come together. We got to come together. And I don't mind being the sacrificial lamb when it comes to bringing us together.
Right. Fire. Dope. Was there anything else we can look forward to from G Herbo?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. New album. I'm definitely recording. I'm about to get back in mode when it comes to that. 150 Dream Team. That imprint is gonna be crazy. New artists, cultivating, molding new artists every single day. Just working. Of course, I always work with my peers all the time. Right. So I don't know. I'm trying to get Bibby. I'm trying to bring Bibby out retirement, man. Hopefully.
I was gonna ask
2021, y'all could expect the No Limitations from me and Bibby. So I don't know. I'm just trying to stay active, man. That's me.
I was about to ask how your relationship with Bibby is now.
Oh yeah, of course, it's my brother. We together all the time, man. We just bought matching Yaris trucks.
Right. He doesn't want to rap right now. Is that what's happening?
He just being a CEO, man.
Right.
He's just trying to figure it out. Figure out those angles. But I ain't gonna lie, Bibby is always gonna be one of the best rappers to me, hands down. So he could jump in this shit whenever he want to.
Y'all need to do it for Chicago real quick one time.
Yeah. No, we working on it.
For sure. Well, it's good to catch up with you. Thank you for your time always. For real.
Man, you too, sis. Appreciate it. We got to catch up soon, man, when we ain't got to be digital and all of this.
Right. I got gas for you always.
All right, for sure.